this video, I'm going to share with you 4 ways to manage your screen time more effectively. Because let's be honest, sometimes that phone is running us instead of us running that phone. So if you feel like your screen time is out of control, or even like it's just becoming more than what you want it to be for you in your life right now, this video is for you. I'm going to share 4 tips that you can implement immediately to change and manage how much time you spend on the screen or online every single day. I'm somebody that has a love-hate relationship with phones, and I'm sure if you clicked on this video, you find yourself in the same boat. And as a life coach for teenagers, cell phone use is one of the biggest issues that I see, from being flat out addicted to not even sure how do I use this as a tool to benefit me and to help connect me to others. So I think it's all those things, right? I think it can be a nuisance in our life, and I think it can be a tool. And I want to share with you the boundaries that I set in my own life to help me keep a healthy perspective, right, of real and not real, right? Or screen time versus no screen time. So the very first thing that I suggest for anybody is to set healthy boundaries. You should have your own personal rules around when you will use your phone. Now, let me give you a couple suggestions as a coach for teenagers. I would suggest that your phone shouldn't be the very first thing that you look at in the morning, and it shouldn't be the last thing you look at night. Now, do I have a bad habit of doing that sometimes? Absolutely. It's one that as a society, we've gotten really used to waking up because our phone alarm had the alarm, and then we swipe on a social or we swipe onto the news. I want to encourage you to set a boundary that maybe we don't look at our phone, until 9 a.m. Maybe we don't look at our phone until we're dressed and ready to go for the day, and then we can look at our phone, right? And the same thing's true at bedtime. How many times have we said, okay, time to go to bed, I've got 5 minutes, I'll scroll on social. 2 hours later, right, we're down the rabbit hole, we haven't even really spent our time productively or being inspired, and now we're just like that much more tired. I am a firm believer, firm from my own research as a coach and my own experiences as a teenage girl, nothing good comes from texting after 10 o'clock at night. So I just want to throw that out there for you. But pause this, really think about what are some healthy boundaries that I want to set with my own screen time. This tip alone makes a huge difference in how often you're checking your phone, and that is to unsubscribe and unfollow and reduce notifications. I want you, after this video, to go through, you go to the settings and then you go to the notifications part of your phone, and I want you to unclick the ones that you can right now, right? And right now you might be like, oh, I can't unsubscribe from those or these notifications. That's fine, let's do it in pieces. But let's unsubscribe from anything that your phone keeps buzzing you about and telling you about. That is so annoying. The other day, I just unsubscribed from the notification tags that would just pop up all the time of this person left this spot and this, because I have those tags for me, my husband, we bought some of those cool air tags, right? So it's always telling me, your stuff moved over here, this did this. And I'm like, I don't need that, right? It's just one more thing that pulls from my distraction. And for those of you that are like, well, it's not that big of a deal, right? I'll just glance at it and it's fine. That's our brain. We think we can multitask, but we don't. Instead, we jump between tracks at milliseconds, right? And these are tracks of thought, and it's just not worth it. It's not worth the brain energy. It's not worth pulling your attention away. It's not worth just the hours and the time and the minutes and the seconds it can steal from you, because it all adds up. So go into the settings of your phone, flip off those notifications, and only keep the ones that you absolutely need. And get in the habit of practicing turning on your phone on sleep mode, on airplane mode, when you are trying to really focus, especially when you're doing homework. What has been terrifying for me is that I notice even when my notifications are off or I haven't received notifications, I get phantom vibrations, right? Where you're like, oh, I totally know somebody just texted me, and they didn't, right? Nothing happened on your phone, right? And we are programmed to check our phones. So this is going to take some practice, but start to break that habit of constantly checking your phone. Okay, this tip is one of my favorites. I've shared it in so many of my social media videos, and it's this: simplify who you follow. This tip alone was huge in helping me cut down my screen time, because Here's the thing. I really enjoy social media. I use it for my coaching business. It's how I reach so many teens. And yes, it can be a bad thing. And yes, it can be a good thing. But I just want you to take control of your social media and make it into a really positive thing for you. And how you do that is you simplify who you follow, and you only follow people and accounts that inspire you to live your best life and also help you feel good about yourself. I've shared this example a lot, but I think it's a really good one that hits home. I'm really into fitness, and I love exercising, and I really try to take care of my body as part of my overall mental and physical health. And so I really enjoy following a lot of fitness and nutrition accounts. Now, there was a time when I was following a bunch of them, and I had to have a hard conversation with myself and go in and unfollow maybe 80% of them, because when I looked at those accounts or saw those before and after photos or saw the bodies that they were glorifying, it made me not like my own body. And so, yes, I follow health and fitness accounts of people that are a lot fitter than me, but just their personality, just the way they present the information, just what they share with me, I find so much more valuable, and that I can still like who I am and follow them, right? I am inspired to be better instead of going down the rabbit hole of, I'll never have a six-pack. My body will never look like that. I'm a mom of two, right? You just go down that. And so I think that's pretty black and white when it comes to like celebrity accounts that we follow or people that we don't really know them personally. I want to challenge you. I know that you are following a ton of your friends. I know that, when you meet somebody new, it's one of the first things that you do is you connect on social media. If there are people that you are following right now that don't post things that inspire you, that make you feel sad, that just don't uplift you and aren't adding to who you are as a person and your creativity and your inspiration and feeling good about who you are, unfollow them, mute them, block them, right? Do whatever step you think is appropriate. I totally been there where you're like, oh, I don't want to unfollow them, but I'm going to mute them, because this is your social media feed. This is for your best interest. These are the things you are inviting into your mind and your life. People don't understand why social media is so impactful. It's because we're constantly looking at these pictures and images. And of course, that goes into our mind and it affects who we are. So I could go on and on about this, but simplify who you follow, unfollow people that you just aren't interested in, unfollow accounts that you don't really care about, unfollow accounts that don't inspire or motivate you or that make you feel bad about yourself, and unfollow friends and people that you still might love but don't want us to follow on social media for whatever reason. Throw out the guilt, get cutthroat about it. When I'm feeling like tough and like ready to go, that's when I go through my social media feed and say, nope, unfollowing you, muting you, blocking you, right? Do this when you're feeling really on top of your game, and it'll make a huge difference. Here's my fourth tip for you, and that is to create valuable time offline. I get this a lot from teens when I maybe suggest like a digital detox or taking a break from social media. They're like, but Abby, that's, like, I don't know, I'd be so bored. Or they'll come back and report on it and they're like, I was just so bored. Guys, you have got to take control of creating a valuable experience for yourself no matter where you are, and especially offline. If you don't like your life off of social media and offline, then we got a whole lot of work that we got to do, right? Because this is the life that we have, the one that we're living in person, not the one that we portray on social media, and we want to make it the best we can. So I challenge you, sign up for hobbies, do new things, hang out with your friends in person, put your phone away and just get creative. There's actually so many studies done on how boredom and just having time and space to think and ponder are so good for us. So don't be afraid of that. And also just think, how can I create some really valuable experiences that are just as exciting as Minecraft and all the games on my phone and on my computer? How can I create that in real life? And then you've got to practice this skill over and over and over again of taking appropriate times to be offline and to not be thinking about your phone. I work on this as a mom. I'll be playing with my kids and then I'm like, oh, I gotta check my phone, or I better go check my email. that is a bad habit that I have picked up. I need to learn to be present, and so do you. So create some valuable time offline, and don't be afraid to do some digital like detoxes. I've gone on a couple, like I call them social media fasts, right? Where I just go like a week. I think one time I went like maybe a month, right, without it. And it's just a good refresher. It's just a good way to kind of get more perspective on life. My personal experience is what I found is with a social media fast or a detox, like for a week, the first couple of days are like hard and I feel like I'm missing out on stuff. And then by the middle, I'm fine. And by the end, I'm like, yeah, I'd like to look on social media, right? And my time's done. So I get on there. Maybe there are one or two things that I'm like, oh, there's a cute picture of my cousins. Oh, that was so fun that my, friends shared this. And that's it. And I've always been shocked when I've come back from like a social media fast, how unimportant and how trivial and how everyday the things are that I feel like I missed and that I was so anxious to get back to. So it's a good practice that I do in my life. So I just can remind myself like, I'm not really missing out on that many things. So babe, there you have it. Those are my 4 tips on how to manage your screen time more effectively and how you can kind of take control of what you want your screen time, your social media, and like your digital experiences to be. But tell me, what did you think? What tips have worked for you in the past? Please leave them down below in the comment section to inspire somebody. You never know if your comment for what's worked for you on controlling your phone will really work and resonate with somebody else. So leave that down below and please subscribe if you are a teenager looking to just master high school and beyond. That's what I focus on my channel. I'm a certified life coach for teenagers and I teach all things personal development, life skills, social hacks that will help you grow into the young adult and person that you want to become. So if that sounds like your cup of tea, please hit that subscribe button and I cannot wait to see you in my next video. Abby J out.